You know the feeling, that knot in your stomach when you check your portfolio after a sea of red. You know the feeling, that knot in your stomach when you check your portfolio after a sea of red. The obsessive, frantic refreshing of a chart, just praying for a bounce. It's the high-stakes gamble on some new coin or speculative stock, all fueled by the hope that this is the one big bet that's going to change everything. Millions are chasing that high, pouring their energy, their hope, and, far too often, their last dime into the promise of a 100x return. But in this mad dash, people are willingly ignoring the single most powerful financial tool that exists. It's not a secret trading algorithm, it's not an exclusive Discord group, and it's definitely not a meme coin. It's the one thing that actually separates disciplined, long-term investors from those who inevitably lose it all. And here's the hard truth. Without it, you aren't investing, you're gambling. And you're gambling with your life. Today, we're not talking about finding the next big thing. We're talking about building the one thing that ensures you'll survive long enough to find it. Let's be real. Investing money you can't afford to lose fundamentally changes you. It rewires your brain. It corrupts your decision-making. The second your rent money, your car payment, or your last $1,000 enters the market, you stop being an investor and become a gambler. Every market dip feels personal, even catastrophic. A standard 5% drop, just a normal Tuesday for a prepared investor, feels like a punch to the gut. Why? Because the stakes have morphed from potential growth to absolute survival. This is where the psychological trap snaps shut. It starts with all or nothing thinking. You're not looking for a reasonable 8-10% annual return anymore. You're desperately seeking a 100% return to get out of a hole, to pay back a loan, or to finally feel like you've made it. That desperation forces you to ignore sane principles like diversification. Instead of spreading your risk, you go all in on one or two highly volatile assets, just hoping for a miracle. This isn't logic, it's fear. The fear of repaying a loan with interest, whether your investment went up or not, is a heavy, crushing weight. If you used your home as collateral, the fear of losing it becomes an all-consuming anxiety. This constant state of high alert is exhausting. It leads to decision fatigue, where the mental load of worrying about every price tick makes it impossible to think clearly. You are no longer in control. The market, your emotions, and your debts are controlling you. And maybe the most insidious part is what happens when it all goes wrong. When the investment tanks, the sunk cost fallacy kicks in. The pain of admitting the loss is so great that you hold on, telling yourself, it has to come back. This cognitive distortion is a hallmark of gambling-like behavior. You don't tell yourself you need to drink more to recover from a hangover, but with money, people believe if they just gamble a little more, they'll win back their losses. This is the path to ruin. It's a downward spiral of shame, isolation, and financial depression that doesn't just empty your bank account, it empties your soul. That psychological pressure inevitably leads to disastrous real-world mistakes. The first and most common is panic selling. Because you've invested your survival capital, you have zero tolerance for volatility. You buy high, driven by FOMO, and you sell low, driven by the fear of losing everything. You become your own worst enemy, locking in losses by letting primal fear call the shots. Even worse is when you try to fight a losing position with money you don't have. This is where the real spiral begins. You take out a high-interest personal loan or a credit card cash advance, thinking you can average down. Suddenly, you're not just losing your own money, you're losing a bank's money. And trust me, they will get it back. Interest payments become a guillotine hanging over your head. The investment now has to perform spectacularly well just to cover the cost of borrowing. Even if the asset goes up, you might still end up losing money after paying back the loan and all the interest. This is high-risk leverage, and it's a game that is absolutely rigged against you. If the market keeps dropping, you could face a margin call, where your broker demands more cash, or they will forcibly sell your assets at the worst possible price, cementing your losses for good. Recent surveys paint a bleak picture of how financially fragile people are. According to a Bankrate report from early 2026, nearly a quarter of Americans have no emergency savings at all. And when it comes to an unexpected bill, the numbers are staggering. Another 2026 report found that only 30% of Americans could cover an unexpected $1,000 expense using their savings. For everyone else, an unexpected bill means going into debt. If you're in that situation, investing your last dollar isn't a wealth strategy. It's a ticket to joining the 29% of Americans who have more credit card debt than emergency savings. It's a direct path to financial ruin. So how do you escape this trap? The answer is profoundly simple and, I'll admit, totally unsexy. It's not a hot stock tip, it's an emergency fund. An emergency fund is the bedrock of your entire financial life. It is a dedicated pile of cash set aside for one purpose and one purpose only: to handle life's unpredictable and expensive surprises. Think of it as a financial firewall. On one side is your life, your rent, food, and bills, your survival capital. On the other side is the wild, volatile world of investing, your risk capital. The emergency fund is the thick, concrete wall that stands between them, making sure a fire in the market never, ever burns your house down. Most financial experts suggest a common guideline: have 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses saved up. Not wants, but needs. This is your housing, food, utilities, debt payments, and transportation. The absolute bare bones of your budget. If your essential monthly expenses are $3,000, your target is somewhere between $9,000 and $18,000. This money has 3 non-negotiable rules. First, it must be safe. It doesn't get invested in stocks, crypto, or anything that can lose value. Its job isn't growth, it's stability. Second, it must be liquid. You need to be able to get your hands on it within a day or two without any penalties. A high-yield savings account is a perfect home for it. Safe, accessible, and insured by the FDIC at a bank or the NCUA at a credit union. Third, it must be separate. Keep it in a different account, maybe even a different bank, from your daily checking. This creates just enough friction to stop you from dipping into it for non-emergencies. Now, I know the idea of saving 6 months of expenses can feel impossible, especially when so many people are struggling. So don't start there. Your first goal is a starter emergency fund, $1,000. That amount alone can diffuse a huge number of common crises: a new set of tires, a dental emergency, a broken fridge, without forcing you into debt. The best way to build it? Make it invisible. Automate it. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your emergency savings for the day after you get paid. Even if it's just $5 a day, that adds up to $150 a month. Consistency is the key. Automate your savings so you don't have to rely on willpower. And once you use any part of it, your number one financial priority is to build it right back up. This is the most important financial move you can make. We'd argue it's more important than your 401k match. It's more important than paying off low-interest debt, and it is infinitely more important than your next speculative bet. An emergency fund is what buys you the right to invest in the first place. It provides the peace of mind that lets you make rational decisions, not desperate ones. It is the ultimate defense, protecting your long-term investments from your short-term life. Everyone is looking for an edge. They want the shortcut, the secret that unlocks wealth overnight. But the real secret isn't a secret at all. It's discipline. The difference between a gambler and an investor is risk management. A gambler throws their last dollar on the table and prays. An investor builds a fortress of financial security first so they can afford to take calculated risks without the threat of total ruin. An emergency fund isn't money on the sidelines doing nothing. It's working for you every single day. It's buying you peace of mind. It's shielding you from high-interest debt. It's giving you the confidence to navigate a job loss or a medical issue without your entire life derailing. It is the strategic weapon that allows you to weather the storms so you can stay in the game long enough to actually win. Stop chasing the 100x return that will likely crater to zero. Start building the one thing that guarantees you can't lose it all. Build your emergency fund. It's the most boring, unglamorous, and single most important investment you will ever make.